is Maarten de Grinsven of Visionaire 3D. We are going to take a look at the 6th STEM, which is a 6 degrees of freedom head tracker.
Let's take a look at the system itself. Here we have the base station with the trackers included. With this prototype we have one head tracker and two joysticks. Please understand that this is a prototype and not the final product. The system can be booted up by pressing the button on the front. And you can connect the trackers by pressing the 6 ends button on the trackers. Syncing the trackers to the base station takes about 15 seconds. The head tracker or STEM pack turned out way bigger than I expected, but this is still a prototype, so maybe the final version will be smaller. The base station seems to make a high-pitched noise when turned on, and it can be a little distracting. Here we have the 6 Sense config utility. Here we can set different parameters like player height, sitting height offset and base location settings. This way you can easily adjust settings for different use locations or different persons using the system. After booting up, we connect the STEM pack to the Oculus Rift by sliding it in the provided clip-on, and we put on the head-mounted display. The base station and controllers show up in the visualization, so it's really easy to find them even when you're wearing the Rift. Once you have taken the controllers and you're far enough from the base station and controllers disappear from the visualization and you will only see your hands. It's really nice to be able to see and use your hands in virtual reality, as it adds a lot of feeling of presence. Even when using the robot avatar, it feels way more like you are there, just because you can see yourself. Having 6 axes of freedom, or full body VR as some may call it, adds way more freedom of movement in virtual reality. Make sure you have a safety zone when you're working with the system, as it is really easy to completely lose track of your surrounding area. There is an option in the 6 Sense software to define a safety zone, but we haven't tried it out yet. The 6 degrees of freedom really encourage you to make use of your environment, like by hiding behind something and pop out guns blazing. Rotational and positional tracking actually works very good, and I haven't noticed any lag that's discomforting. Sometimes there is some drift on the STEM pack when it's not in use and it's just lying on the table, but a quick shake seemed to fix this. We had no problems with drift while the trackers were in use. The range is improved a lot over the Razer Hydra, and the Hydra only seems reliable until about 50 centimeters away from the base station. Moving away further than that introduced a lot of jitter. The STEM can reach about 2 meters away from the base station until any jitter appears. When inside of the range of the base station, the trackers perform very smooth and there was no noticeable jitter. The STEM performs way better than the Flock of Birds tracker, and tracking of the STEM seems precise and responsive. There were problems with the STEM trackers passing closely near the base station, and the positional tracking seems to bend towards the middle. This could be because of the magnetic disturbance in the room or the adjustment filter for this distortion. We will test different rooms soon to pinpoint this error. Maybe it can be fixed by adding more base stations and increase the resolution this way. Another error that occurred sometimes is that the player height offset is wrong sometimes when starting an application. Restarting the app seems to fix it. Please note that this is still a prototype and all the software is still in beta version. The Unity version of the STEM seems heavily focused on the Rift and Gear VR, which is a shame in my opinion, as the system could also be used for motion capture or would work great on non-head mounted displays like 3D monitors, power walls or even cave-like displays. Although it may take longer than expected, 6 Sense seems to be on the right track to deliver what they promised. A wireless 6 degrees of freedom tracker that requires no line of sight and actually works.
Thank you for watching our initial review of the 6 Sense STEM prototype. We're really looking forward to see the final product. I hope you do too.